cavalcade of players ready to take the spot if you're sitting on your laurels and you aren't grinding, which you can't ask for better of an environment than that.
And it's just, yeah, it's an exciting time to be in the UK community. And now we're getting into it again, another player that could potentially make this upset. Alpha versus Luugi. Alpha with that Joker, of course, facing off against the true, the tested, the powerful Luigi from Luugi.
Getting straight into it, and of course, right out of the gate, you see that fireball. It's not the best fireball in the world, but the fact you can get a Zair before you land is a really, really nice thing to give Luigi a lot of coverage in that mid-screen. Especially when Gun will not do nearly as much in regards to that. But this has just been the Alpha show so far. Just complete control, comfortably taking those hits, nearly getting 60% uncontested.
And you see it already, Jesper, of course, Alpha just maneuvering himself away from that first grab. But conventionally there, Luugi actually opted to spot dodge and said he didn't want to continue the string. He did get the grab, but instead actually just opted to patiently wait there instead.
You're kinder than I think that's a misinput, 100%. I don't know if there's a reason for Joker to engage in that. Unless they can get Rebellion in that time, I'm not over that.
That was definitely a strain on, but of course Luugi sort of slowly making the damage in. You know, as we've always said with Luigi, it's just a case of getting a few hits in, and already this is what Luugi's trying to show. He's good back it on there, trying to go for the ledge jump as well, but Alpha is just not having it. And of course, we have to be aware that Arsene's out right now as well, so Luugi will be aware that, you know, something like that back air can deal big damage.
That's actually a really scary misfire to get. That can actually get you killed sometimes as Luigi if you go too low with those misfires. A second in a row. Fantastic stuff. Just Luigi things. It's just how it be.
I'm honestly convinced that if you main Luigi, your success rate with misfires multiplies by about 10.
I think they just happen a lot more than people give it credit regardless, if I'm honest.
Absurd. It's honestly absurd.
Oh no, they had the positioning they didn't believe. They thought they were baiting the roll, but they were covering the jump. But the roll was right. They had the position. The air heart actually getting the wall bounce in a very weird engagement. Doesn't quite be able to convert it, but that back throw doing a lot to keep this control. 160 on the board for Luigi. One touch is easy death. No Lupin needed. That is a dead Luigi.
Yeah, that was a lovely catch out of the jump there from Alpha, taking that stock away. And now, again, he's just going to be making sure to maneuver himself around. Does not want to get grabbed right now because he knows that can lead to death. You can see Luugi as well going for that downbeat. Now, typically a great sort of aerial option, you know, a great way to interrupt your opponent's moves. But Alpha instead just avoiding it entirely.
And some wonderful stuff as well I'm seeing from Alpha is just in terms of, you know, the coverage. Whenever they get that hit, they are, you know, they're hitting through where that air dodge is, and then they're punishing the air dodge afterwards because they're going for these non-committal options like Bear. It's super, super nice to see. Catching the ledge, incredible stuff from Luugi. They do lose a little bit of control of the screen for it though. That was, you know, a little bit of damage, kind of hoping it was going to kill, I think. Sour Bear as well. This is just not a dying Joker right now.
Yeah, Alpha refuses to die right now, and of course, with the Arsene out as well. Oh, now, of course, Alpha did avoid the down B there, but unfortunately just wasn't space enough to actually get the hit in. But the bullets, you know, interrupting Luugi's recovery there, and suddenly Alpha in a great position to potentially take this game. Does fall to the down B there, but still 2 fresh stocks versus Luugi's 1.
Absolutely. This is looking really, really nice for Alpha still, even after that good catch from Luugi. That was what they needed to get back. That was what they need to stay in the game, not to get back into it, right? But Arsene is almost here. Lupin arrives. Let's see if we can see Alpha kind of, you know, securing this with this Arsene here, or whether Luugi is able to kind of, you know, withstand this.
Yeah, the bringer of doom is here, and you can already see Luugi just, you know, acknowledging the danger that he's in with Arsene being there. So instead to say, okay, right, I am going to space, I am going to zone with my fireballs because I do not want to approach. But a beautiful downer there is going to put Luugi right back in it. So he does catch out, even with the Arsene recovery, Alpha is not able to make it back. And now Alpha just needs to try and seal the deal. He does not want to get grabbed here.
Yeah, we talked about how it's not just 0%, but 0% is the scariest one, right?
It really, really is. And it's literally what we were talking about before with how often Luugi has managed to bring games in his favor from the very claws of defeat. Are we potentially going to see it again?
Look at this damage. This is not even the claws anymore. This is just even. The positioning, though, is catastrophic for Luugi. There are so many ways to die here, and they SD! The unfortunate
and Alpha
stuff.
Managing to do it in the end. Again, the bullets interrupting recovery. This is actually something we've seen previously when against Luugi, Emas using those bullets to interrupt recovery. It's clear that Alpha, is sort of acknowledging the same way that it's doing, knowing that, okay, Luigi has a very linear recovery. I can just, go off stage, interrupt the bullets, safely from good height, and that will still make it so that Luigi is not able to recover.
It is the absolute kryptonite of Luigi as a character. Luigi players are so good at recovering. They have so many tricks, but that is because ultimately the character's, ledge guarding the character is a solved thing. You can just do it. If you follow these 3 easy steps, you too can get this boy to fall off the cliff. And even in that situation, the bullets didn't even connect. It was the threat. Oh.
Okay, don't worry, folks. This is just a button check as far as I'm aware. So we're not seeing the actual cable coming out from Alpha. It doesn't exist, don't worry.
And yet, it's a wonderful cameo nonetheless. Hanging out here.
Clear, sort of Luugi, after that game 1, thinking that maybe there was something wrong with the controls. Just want to be sure, because especially, as we said before, this is the best of 3 sets still. And with Alpha game 1 up, this is certainly time when Luugi needs to be aware. He needs to make sure his controls are correct.
And it also makes sense because as we said, that very first grab of the game, we saw a really kind of unusual and strange spot dodge situation, which maybe I'm just less charitable. It looked like a misinput to me.
Yeah, exactly. So. Of course, both players just making sure they got it right, especially just with such an important game coming up. Obviously, Luugi will want to get up. But it does look like we are going into it properly now. Luugi is aware. He is, sure he's got the right controls. Alpha again on that Joker. Let's see how game 2 goes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love this game in a best of 3 format. Can I just say, it is so nice how breezy and intense these things are. Definitely about it.
Okay, again, both players just so patient, but there's the grab, but
and a full jump instead of a short hop. So again, we're seeing more command errors coming in from Luugi when they kind of have that secured situation. Obviously, it's not exactly the end of the world when you get thrown. There's still stuff to do. But if Luugi isn't hitting these combos, then Alpha is just getting new leases on life every single time.
And of course, that Arsene is out as well. So Luugi going to be aware of the impending danger, but doing a good job of just batting it away right now. Since the Arsene's come out, Alpha hasn't really been able to do almost anything with it. He's been able to get a side B, a few bullets out, but otherwise not been able to get any of the strong hits like that forward tilt, the forward air, the back air, anything like that. And Luugi was just keeping himself away because he recognized the threat that it followed.
I would say they did manage to get a full screen control just out of the Arsene, just the pressure it exerted. But yeah, in terms of tangible control that could be taken back away from him, nothing too much. But not catching that, I was so confident. I was too confident in Alpha's ability. Gets that dash attack. It's an incredibly fast option, great burst. Isn't going to quite find its mark. They both survive, despite all odds.
Oh, and a down again, but Alpha just going for a ride there over the top of it, going back to safety of the ledge. Now, Luugi, again, you can see them fishing for these up smashes. They really want to, but the foe does come out, back foe, not going to take the stock just yet.
Not in the middle of the screen, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and Alpha is still hanging on here, 146. The Arsene is coming closer, but will it come out in time? Luugi saying no.
Doesn't matter what hitbox it is at that percent, you are dead regardless. You
are extremely dead. So now, Alpha again trying to find it, but a good first grab there, and is that the stock? It is just, that is the stock!
We've had a couple of drops of it. It's good, and that must feel amazing for you if you're Luugi in that situation. You drop 2 of them, and pretty much both of your opportunities so far in that set, and you manage to kind of pull yourself ahead in a situation like that. That's Cloud9.
And what a time to do it as well. Now Luugi holding a pretty commanding lead here. Alpha still struggling to find his stock hit, but he needs to find it soon. He cannot allow himself to get any more damage put on him. It make it so much more difficult to get back in this game.
Yeah, very much so. Any hit you take here is so critical, especially if they can convert like this on each of their tags as well. The Arsene is here, but I don't know if they're even going to get a chance to come to play.
Okay, and again, this is just a complete reversal of that game 1 now, with Luugi hanging on to all 3 stocks still. The Arsene is out, but it's almost nearly gone too. Alpha finally finding that up air there. incredible confirm into it as well to take that stock away. Now it's finally Alpha's chance to get back in, but Luugi is still holding a pretty commanding lead. This is going to take a mountain to climb if Alpha wants to get back in.
Yeah, I said the exact same thing the other way around. That was, getting a kill in that situation, if the Alpha is not a comeback, it is getting seen in the game. But you can only do so much in certain situations like that, especially when Luugi is playing so comfortably and carefully on the ledge, keeping you at bay so efficiently. We are in a Game 3 scenario.
It's almost like that Game 1 didn't exist at all with the way Luugi was playing there. Finally, as you said earlier, Luugi, of course, was dropping a lot of those grab confirms, especially we started off, Game 1 where he did that, he got the grab and then he spot dodged instead of trying to sort of wait it out. A little bit unconventional, but finally, Luugi again finding his target, We're back to the full force Luugi that we know and love, and Alpha now gonna have to find a way to respond to that.
Honestly though, if I'm completely real, I don't know if what Alpha is doing is necessarily wrong in any way, shape or form. These are things where it's micro situations, because Luigi is able to get so much advantage out of a micro situation, like getting that throw. A lot of it was coming down on what Luigi was doing rather than what Alpha was doing, because I think Alpha is playing this fantastically. They have good control, they're getting good chases when they get hits. They're controlling the screen really efficiently. They're able to force Luugi back in neutral really efficiently. They're kind of getting ledges and getting kind of screen control just by moving forwards a lot of the time. I definitely think this is still fully possible for Alpha. And it is just one game apiece, so anyone can take it with just 3 stocks to go.
Absolutely, there's still one more chance for both players here to make it further into the winner's side of the pro bracket. But who once more is exactly what we're going to find out here. Again, Alpha already starting this game a bit more on the aggressive, using those 3 platforms as well. Really just kind of just to use those bullets and sort of just dance among them, sort of just jump high, not really getting anywhere in Luugi's zone.
Yes, absolutely. And it makes perfect sense. You can't get grabbed when you're all that way up there, but you can apply damage and pressure. So it's kind of like a no-brainer of a kind of passive game plan to go for when you have that comfortability.
But just a raw up B. Luugi standing up. He's hyping up the crowd.
Incredible punish on that really risky nair coming from Alpha. Usually it kind of feels really scary to apply pressure or kind of respond to that nair, especially when you're in Arsene. Arsene is a lot harder to do, but it fully is possible. That jump punch is basically one of the strongest out-of-shield reversal tools in the game.
And of course, it's such a momentum shifter now for Luugi as he is holding down the ground. It is up to Alpha to try and find their way in, because they know they need to be on the aggressive here. But when it's against Luugi, against Luigi alone, it is just so scary that Arsene is out though. So finally, Alpha going to get a chance to potentially make his mark here.
The plunger clinking with the side B. We talked about it before. It's such a powerful tool. Just the way its properties lend it so much to controlling the screen so efficiently.
That plunger can really do anything here. It's just absolutely absurd.
It's an Inspector Gadget option if I've ever seen one. Beautiful counter on that side B. Another one of the myriad ways you can catch out Luigi on those recoveries, and there isn't much you can do in response.
Absolutely, yeah, just really good stuff from Alpha. Again, having not done that previously in any of the other games, really good time for Alpha just to pull it out suddenly, as Luugi wasn't expecting it. So finally, Alpha taking away that stock, but he's still got to try and tack on a bit more damage here. Meanwhile, Luugi just holding down the fort here, just jump out, zoning with those projectiles, with the plunger as well, not letting really Alpha do much.
But they find their way back onto the screen and they find that throw. This is the start of things. Unless you flub and miss that up smash there, that's a catastrophic timing. Does not get caught by that dare, but it's still very, very scary if you're Alpha. But a bear from Arsene does do a lot of things. Isn't able to make too much of it, does keep the position though.
Okay, Alpha slowly clawing their way back in. That down air was looking close, but Alpha still hanging on. Great back in there, using the beautiful use of the bullets, might I add on, to just put himself in a perfect position where he could just throw out that back air and catch Luugi out.
And just quickly, if you see the air dodge there, you just get the drop zone dare just as fast. It is a really scary situation to ever find yourself in, but a really, really ambitious slide is gonna even things out. We are in final game, final round situation.
Yeah, this is the final stock now between both players. The crowd are starting to get hype up. They know how big this is. This could be one of the biggest upsets in the tournament if Alpha is able to make it happen. And he's now just one stock away from doing it. But Luugi is not going to go down without a fight. Holding down the fort there. Again, just throwing out these small little hits, small little bits of chip damage.
anything is possible in a Daburichi situation. Literally, this is just down to singular interactions, especially in a matchup like this one. Any tag can mean so much. With this character's explosive ability, does not get caught by that F smash. Luugi pushing a little bit hard there, does allow Alpha back into the middle of the screen. Arsene back at, gonna secure a lot of control, and another one. This could be everything. Good patience from Luugi, playing it very, very passively on their recovery.
Alpha again does not risk anything. Another back air comes out.
One
He's
touch
still
to do
got
it.
Arsene. He goes for another one. Narrowly misses that. Luugi still hanging on by a thread here. You can see how defensively he's playing because he needs to get rid of that Arsene. Great back as well. Now Arsene threat is gone. Down smash, sending Alpha high. Another back air. Alpha's without a jump and he's not able to make it back.
Just ever so slightly too early on that up B. Was not in the rage. Luugi having a field day. They do it on purpose. They do it on purpose. There's no other way to explain it.
Absolutely incredible stuff there from Luugi, though. Just keeping calm, recognizing that Alpha didn't have the jumper as well. So just really just piling on as much as he could throw out because he did not want Alpha to put the turn to that stage. Really just trying to seal the deal as much as he could. And Luugi moving on through 2-1 over Alpha in one of the biggest nail-biter sets we have seen all day.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.